GRC access control point of view, what are the settings you discussed? Okay, let's say like in SPRO, what are the, you have totally 7 folders are there. So in the 7 folders, general setting, what are the options I can using from access control, and whenever I'm going to the, oh, sorry, yeah, whenever I'm going to the common component setting, how to be integrating between the two systems, okay, and those all the setting in coming to NWBC point of we are discussing as a what are the settings will be there, okay. So those are the options we're discussing one by one for your SPRO and NWBC, okay. So means up to now we have to system will be make it ready for the implementation of GRC. Okay, so first of all, what happened? So I want to making array. So let's say whenever I want to go into the GRC, okay. So you have 4, again coming to access control point of, you have 4 concepts are there. What is the 4 concepts here? ARA, EAM, and along with the PRM, along with your AR. Okay. Now, today we want to discuss ARA, why you want to implementing ARA in access control. I want to know that. Okay. So, Adela, anyone, like say, if you go to the client meeting, okay, and you have discussed with the client. So, client asking as a why you want to implementing the ARA component. What is the reason behind that? What is your answer for this? So if we go to one general meeting, so the discussion is going on for GRC implementation. What is the major reason to implementing the ARA component? Any reasons? Adila, are you there? I'm just asking as a, so why you want to implement
I
it? What is the reasons?
I don't
Yeah.
want to interrupt the recording so much because the previous recording I was talking often and that took me away from listening to you more. So I'm trying to listen more while you train. Does that make sense?
Okay, fine.
Well, access risk analysis will help the business to control like the type of risk associated with access provisioning.
Only for that you can implement ARA? Only one reason?
As well as segregation of duties, mapping and monitoring. Yeah, off the top of my head, 2 of those things are.
Okay. So this small answer is okay, but technical point of view, you want to elaborate a lot. Because of the experienced people, they're expecting a lot of knowledge. Okay. So let's say here, first of all, so as you mentioned one point here, segregation of duties. Who will be do the segregation of duties is nothing but, okay, the segregation of duties is done by the GRC consultant. So why he is segregating? What is the reason behind that? Let's say here. So first of all, GRC is one kind of automation tool, okay, to performing a risk analysis, simulation, and mitigation and controlling all the access related issues, okay. That all you can do into your ARA process. That is okay, but why you want to go into this? For example, in my company, there is no GRC. Okay. Assumption, in my current company, I don't have any GRC. So Now I want to bring together the ARA in my organization or project. Okay, and why I want to implementing the ARA in my organization. Okay, so that is a question here. Let's say here, so as a security consultant, what is the problems I'm facing? So let us discuss a small example here. So I'm working as a SAP security consultant. Okay. So in my project assumptions here, assumption number one. So, okay, assumptions number one here, current project or current organization, there is no GRC. Okay, there is no GRC. So now, how do we segregate it? Okay, so if you have installing ACC or anything, by default security is there, correct? So let's go into the more business examples I'm added here. So let's say now I'm working in a only SAP security consultant. So as a security consultant, what is my responsibilities are here? So as a security consultant, any employee will be joining the organization into again, especially from SAP project. My responsibility was to creating or creating the user credentials and present some of the authorizations to them. So this is my initial responsibility. Okay, correct. Let's say here. Okay, so Hadella will be joining my project. Okay, she is the lead. Okay, so then what I'll do as a security consultant, I'm going to SU01 and I'm just creating a Adela underscore finance. So she's my finance consultant and my financial lead. Okay, only user ID is sufficient. Now she want to perform some of the, or like see she want to perform some company code like purchase order, some of the invoices, maintain the company data, rising the general ledger. She want to perform something. Then what I'll do here? So as a security consultant, I can go to the transaction code PFCC. Now I have to creating a one role, jet underscore finance underscore manager. And now I'm getting one question. Okay. So what is the question is here? How do we know that? So you have hundreds of transaction codes are available in SAP. How do we know that which transaction will be assigned to this manager? How do we know that? So even I say this is during implementation. If we go to normal situation also, when I do segregation, so you're getting this kind of question. The question was here. What is the question here? The question was here. How do we know that? So this particular role, okay, this particular role, what are the transaction code will be assigning? How do we know that? Any idea? Any idea for this? This particular transaction code, okay, what are the, so this particular role, what are the transactions I want to assign? I want to know that. So where are you getting these details? Hmm? No idea. Let's say here during the implementation only, so you have to preparing some of the role matrix. Okay, if you're working on a SAP security project, and that is also implementation project. So finance point of view, okay, because as I told that here, thousands of, okay, so I'm just saying it 10,000 or let's say here, 1,100, okay, 1,100 transactions are available in SAP. So if you have a doubt, you just go to the transaction TS, you can find it. So out of this many transaction, how do we know that? Only if you have to be assigning it, if you have finance manager point of view, what are the transactions be assigning? So how do we prepare it? Okay. So in this case, as I told that maybe if you go to security training point of view, they will be providing either one of the document. The document is called as a role matrix. Okay. So as a security consultant, I can prepare a role matrix. Okay. And maybe if you are working at implementation project, so these are the phases are the project preparation, blueprint, and implementation, final preparation, go live and support and continuously management point of view. Okay. So and here, so my responsibility, I have to preparing a role matrix. So this is the role matrix. Okay. So implementation project, what we call implementation project, this document you can call it. Get it? So how do we know that what are the transactions should be assigned to particular person? Okay, all the team members are sitting together to discussing it. So finance point of view, these are the transactions are there. HR point of view, these are the transactions are there. MM point of view, these are the transactions are there. SD point of view, these are the transactions are there. So you have to segregate. Okay, means the segregation starting from here itself. Let us say here, you can see this picture also. What happened here? I'm just going to some of the table. Let's see, you can observe it. This picture, you don't define anything here. So authorization, list for role designing, and here business process, external auditing. When I'm going to the general ledger editing, so here I have all the detail. That is a so what are the transactions will be assigned to, so it is getting it all the list of transaction code, whatever the, but I don't define it. This transaction will be assigned to finance, this transaction assigned to finance manager or finance house. I'm not doing anything, just I'm downloading from the TST table. Go to the transaction SC16, enter the table name, TSTC table for standard transaction code. I can download it. Later, as a security consultant, I want to make a one small meeting with my financial team. Then I have to start as a segregation. So let's say these are the all the finance related transaction. How do we know these are the finance related? You can see the naming convention. This is all the naming convention starting with the F letter. Okay, so naming convention starting F letter is nothing but it is the finance related. Okay, it is going to purely finance. So this is I'm just downloading from the table only. Later I can do the segregation. Okay, so what are the segregation? Now you can see the segregation. So what are the segregations I'm done here? So I don't want taking my own choice here. I have to make a meeting with my finance team. Later I want to, okay. So let's say here, so when you see this diagram, what happened? See before diagram, this diagram, you can see the lot of difference is there. So I'm assigning array. This is from finance point of view. Again, finance manager point of view, what are the transaction code I can assign? Finance AP manager point of view, account mobile point of view, what are the what are the transaction will be assigning? When I'm going to AP account point of view, what are the transaction will be assigning? So it's showing array all the details one by. Okay. So this is just way means in the during an implementation itself, we can do the segregation. Suppose I can show some of the examples like how do we preparing this role matrix. This all will be done by the security consultant, but it is manually confirming lot of things. Role matrix. This is the role designing master. Yes. See this naming convention. So during the role creation, other security persons, I can create like this. The format, the master role, derived role, single role, composite role, and here what is the module names? Okay, so this is just naming convention. See Z, F is nothing but module name, and after that M is for master role, D is for derived role, S is for single role, and after that 100000000 DA is for display. So AL is for all. Okay, and after that you have the single role naming convention. Arc level, single code transaction. Let's say here, so this is the role name and what are the transaction will be assigning. Okay, the example is then this particular role, what are the role. So likewise, you can segregate it. So where you can learn, these all the steps you do, other segregate. No, not nobody volunteered from GRC team here. Because of currently in my project, there is no GRC. Okay. So let's adding the new. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now what I do, so I have to preparing a blueprint. Implementation point of view, you can call it blueprint. Support point of what we have called during the support project, you can call this as a authorization matrix, or you can say role matrix. Means what are the transaction will be assigned to the particular person or particular role, and how to be set. That is okay, fine. Now here the question was, okay, so out of this the 1100, okay, 1100 transaction codes. So all the transaction codes are not normal. Some of the transaction codes are critical. Okay, what is the meaning of criticality here? The criticality is nothing but, so let us say SU01 transaction code is it is a critical transaction code. So how do we say this? This transaction code will be critical or not? So because of if we have go to SU01, anyone user SU01 access, so he can able to creating, changing, deleting, locking, unlocking, and even every user is a license based. Okay, he can do any activities directly. Okay, so you can do any kind of activities directly without any. So that's why I can say that SU01 transaction code is a critical transaction codes. Okay. So likewise, now what is my requirement here? So as a security consultant, so I want to segregating array. So out of this 1100 transaction code, how many transactions code will be critical? Okay, I want to prepare. It is very difficult to filtering at all the transaction code. Correct? It is very difficult to filter and get all the this all the transaction code I want to preparing. It's very difficult. That's why here SAP also feeling like it to filtering get 1100 transaction code if you want to segregating which transaction is critical, which authorization, I'm sorry, which transaction is a critical, which authorization for will be critical. They feeling like it is also very difficult method. Okay, so that is the reason what happened. So they providing, instead of you want to, okay, doing a filtering, so the best option is so you have to go to the table name TOBJ, table for authorization object. Okay, so you have the 5,000 plus authorization objects are available. Okay, so now what I'll do by using this, okay, by using this table name, what I'll do here, so I had to filter it. Okay, so I had to filter in there which transaction or which authorization objects are the critical. Already SAP giving us some of the standard critical authorization object. So how do we getting this report is nothing but even SAP also feeling like a, so instead of instead of 1,100 transaction code I have to filter, it is very difficulty. So that is the reason they're giving array means out of this, okay. So go to the 5,000 plus authorization objects. So they're filtering. So how to be getting this critical authorization object is nothing but go to the transaction code SU38, or you can go to the transaction code SUIM. So you're getting one of the report that is the RSUSR008. So this report is for to know the what are the standard authorization objects are available in SAP. Okay, what are the standard authorization objects are available? Sorry, what are the standard critical authorizations available in SAP? So you can filtering easily. Okay, this is from SAP will be providing. So it means let us assumption here. I'm going to the transaction code SUIM, or you can go to SC38. This is the report name SAP underscore RSUSR008. And currently, maybe if you have going to latest version, they're giving a RSUSR009 for the latest versions. Okay, so by using this report, what I'll do here, I have to preparing a what are the critical authorization objects are available in SAP. Okay, the SAP only provide, you don't do anything. SAP only providing some of the standard critical authorization object. Okay, for the latest assumption, out of 5,000, so assumption here 100 objects are SAP providing. These are the criticality. So again, what I'll do here, as a security consultant, I have to preparing a report is for how many as per our project. Okay, so how many critical authorization objects are available for our project? Suppose I'm working in a banking project. Okay, critical authorization object. So in my banking project, okay, so how many critical authorizations are available? Okay, suppose I'm working some finance sector, or I'm working some of the retail projects. So I'm working some of the different like metros or transportation or so on. So I had to preparing how many critical authorization objects are available. Okay, I had to making a report. So how to be preparing report as per the I can discuss with my all the technical. These are the all are I can do the manual activity only. I cannot do anything. So this is all I can do in the manuals only. I don't want to making anything from this step. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a customary. Okay, so means let us say I'm preparing almost as per my current project, I can say 500 authorization objects will be criticality. Okay, fine. Means totally how many in my current project, so and so system, like the ECC system, so and so client number, how many authorization objects are critical here? Totally, you have the 600 authorization objects are the critical. Okay, so you can prepare it like, okay, now I'm getting one question. What is the question? So you have to assign the authorization object to the user. No, you cannot assign the authorization object to the user. So again, what I'll do here, so I had to make a filtering. What are the filtering I want to do this? So this 600 Okay, 600. I'm taking examples only. I'm not taking exact round figure here. Examples I'm taking. Okay, so currently, okay, so as per the requirement, okay, this 600 authorization, that is also critical authorization object, how many how many transactions will be assigned? I want to know that. Means I want to preparing array, how many critical, how many critical transaction codes also there. How to be preparing this? Simple. Go to the transaction code SC16, enter the table name TSTCA, okay, TSTCA, okay, enter your authorization object to finding array. This particular authorization object is assigned to how many transactions. So you can say this many transactions are the critical. Understood? Means right now what I'm done here, so I'm preparing array, how many critical authorization objects are there, how many critical transactions also there. Where you can prepare this all you can do it by using the transaction code SUIM. Okay, so this is the way I want to preparing from one system. Okay, okay, and similarly here, okay, some of the transactions will be making conflict. Now one transaction code is there, that is that criticality is okay. But here again in SUM one more requirement is there. So what is the one more requirement is the, so I want to preparing a critical combinations. Okay, that is the conflicts. Critical combinations. So either the transaction code, I means any two transactions will be conflict or any two authorization objects will be conflict. I want to make a report. Okay, so that is also I want to make a report. Means finally what I'll do then by using a SUM transaction code. So I had to preparing a what are the critical authorization subjects are there, okay, and what are the critical transaction codes are there. Finally, what are the critical combinations are available. I had to preparing this all the reports one by one. Okay, it is very difficulty for you can prepare it. Okay, I don't want using anything from GRC. Everything I will do only one transaction code, that is SUIM. Okay, let us say this configuration, this requirement I'm doing by using the transaction code, sorry, SUIM from the development system. Same again, development system, so and so client, like 100 client. Same thing I do the 200 client. Same thing I do the 300 client. So let us say once one client point of view, one system point of view, it is almost assumption. It's taking requirement gathering, you have to functionally requirement. So all this there, so it's taking longer time. It is not a one day, it is not a 1 week. It is almost a assumption here. 2-3 weeks will be like, even it can take 1 month or one or 2 months will be taken. One client, one system, so 1 month is taking assumption. Like you have development, quality, production, pre-production, and if you want to do the some of the R&D, so you have the so many options. Okay, so I want to do all kind of activity. Okay, so in this case, what happened? It is taking very longer time. So means you can do that, but it's very difficult because I want to all this. There is no reference from SAP side. Everything you want to discuss with your business team along with the functional team, you can preparing your own report. So this is a way to segregating any kind of authorization to providing the user point of view. As a security consultant, I want to do the process. Okay. So instead of we want to do this all the process, instead of this, we can go to the SAP providing one of the best solution for this particular problem to preparing okay, to preparing is all kind of segregations, reports, and critical authorization, critical. So if we have to implementing a GRC, okay, and that is also GRC access controller again, and access control, all components are mandatory. You can implementing a concept of ARA. Okay, So once you're implementing the concept of ARA, automatically what happen? So you can getting as a all the, okay. So you have to getting as a all the report. Even best example I do. So suppose I want to implementing the access controller under ARA